Hi, brothers and sisters. This is Bobby Quitain, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today, we want to continue to reflect on the Gospel of John, particularly the 10th chapter. Here in this particular Gospel account, we see that the ministry of Jesus, the public ministry of Jesus, was coming to a climax. He already was telling people, that he was the Messiah, although not directly. And people were starting to question him. And there were even those who wanted to stone him for blasphemy. And here in this particular gospel passage, Jesus answers them with these words. And I quote, He said, "If I do not perform my Father's works, do not believe me. But if I perform them, even if you do not believe me, believe the works, so that you may realize and understand that the Father is in me and I am in the Father." During Jesus' time, there were a lot of pretenders before him. There were people who came from just everywhere claiming to be the Messiah. But what was the difference between Jesus and these pretenders? Jesus backed up his words with his actions, with his works. Unlike those people who came before him, who were just claiming to be the Messiah, in Jesus' case, he showed his identity not only with his words, but also with his actions. The way he taught, the way he preached, the way he ministered to the poor, the way he healed the sick, the way he had compassion with the widow. In everything that he did, most especially in his miracles, Jesus showed to them that he was doing the work of the Father. And that's why Jesus were telling them, he was challenging them at this point and telling them, if you cannot believe my words, look at my actions. Because my actions speak louder than my words. Now contrast that with the Pharisees. The Pharisees, on the other hand, they love to teach, they love to preach the law of Moses. But very few of them really showed what they teach in their actions. In a sense, the work of God the Father cannot be seen in their lives. Unlike Jesus, the works of the Father are clearly seen not only in his miracles, but in the way he treated people, in the way he loved, in the way that he cared for sinners. Jesus backed up his words with his actions. Now, how does that apply to us? In this time of crisis, my dear friends, I want to encourage you. Don't just pray for people. I have nothing against prayer. But if you can do something about it more than just praying, do it. Act. Don't just be a well-wisher. Don't just wish people well. If you can do something about it, act. Contribute to the charity. Help the frontliners. Initiate that project. Help the poor. Help the sick. Heal those people who are in need of God's goodness and God's mercy in their lives during this time. Encourage, inspire, support. Your words must be seen in your actions. That is the message of the gospel today. My dear friend, as we end this week and as we are about to enter the Holy Week next week, I want you to remember that what matters to God really is that our actions must speak louder than our words. Yes, it's important that we preach, we teach, we wish people well, we pray for people, but at the end of the day, what matters to God is what we do, how we act, how we help others. And so this week, don't just let your words stand in isolation from your actions. Words are cheap. Back them up with your actions, for that's what really matters. God bless you.